Hello, welcome to yet another episode of Smart Indian Agriculture on the Federal.com. I am Vivian Fernandez. In this episode, we discuss why cotton prices have more than doubled from a year ago, whether the reasons are weather related and transient, or there are underlying structural causes. The minimum price of kapas or raw cotton with seeds was rupees 10,500 a quintal on 6 June in the Rajkot regulated mandi against the minimum support price of 6,025 rupees a quintal for long staple fiber cotton. Last year, around this time, the minimum price in the Rajkot mandi was 53% less. According to the Cotton Association of India, the price of a variety of long staple fiber cotton lint was rupees 29,526 on 6 June, more than double the price quoted a year ago. To discuss the reasons, we have with us Mr. M Ramasami, founder of the Coimbatore-based Rasi seeds and chairman of the Federation of Seed Industry of India. Mr. Ramasami founded the company nearly 50 years ago in 1973. Mr. Ramasami, welcome to this interview and thanks for making the time.
Thank you very much, sir.
Mr. Ramasami, first, before I get into the substantial issues, can you tell us something about your company, what share of the cotton seed market it has in India overall and the regional breakup?
Rasi Seeds is a company which was started in 1973, and we entered into the research activities in 1988. From 1988 and 2022, we have grown to a level of 25% market share in the country, occupying nearly 3 million hectares.
And what is the regional breakup? Are you strong in any particular market?
We are strong in north zone, that is Haryana, Punjab, and Rajasthan. These three states we have nearly a 50% share, market share, because of our hybrids are tolerant to cotton leaf curl virus. That is because of the reason we are able to take such a large market share.
And the remaining 50% comes from the rest of the country, that is Central India, South India, and Western India.
Central India, we have Central and South India, we have nearly 15 to 20% market share. Overall picture, it comes to 25% market share in the country.
And you told me that your company produces cotton seed on about 40,000 acres in Tamil Nadu, Telangana, and Karnataka, and it expects to sell about 15 million packets of 450 grams each this year.
Yes, sir. And we are expecting. Pardon?
Please go ahead.
We are at our sales has been almost completed, 98% completed in North Zone, and we are reaching around 60 lakh packets in North, and Central and South. We are expecting to cover 90 to 100 lakh packets in Central and South. All put together, we not less than 150 lakh packets we will be able to sell this year.
And the cotton sowing season has started. So, do you expect more area to come out of cotton this year because of higher cotton prices?
As far as North is concerned, it has not come since already 98% sowing is almost over. The area has not increased. It has gone, and in fact, it has gone down around 5% when considering all the three states. And regarding Center and South, the sales has just started. It is the sales is going in a brisk manner. We expect at least 10 to 15% increase in both the Central and South zones.
So cotton production this year, as per the second advance estimates released in February, was expected to be about 340 lakh bales or 170 kg each against 353 lakh bales last year. Now, the Cotton Association of India has revised this estimate in May down to 323 lakh bales. So you had the second advance estimates which said 340 lakh bales. The Cotton Association of India says 323 lakh bales. What is the reason for lower production this year?
See, there are several reasons. Now, one is the major reason, untimely rain, especially on the boll formation, boll maturity stage, which has resulted in a huge boll rotting. So entire boll rotted and dropped down. So that is a huge loss. Another, coupled with the pink bollworm damage. Pink bollworm damage is also severe this time, and this is the main reason, the reduction in output.
Mhm. So there were untimely rains in November, December, and secondly, there was also this problem of boll rot, which is caused by a bacteria. It is not caused by the usual scourge, which is the bollworm. Of course, the bollworm enters the bolls and bores it and destroys the cotton. But this time the problem was because of a bacterial pest.
Yeah, bacterial boll rot. We call it as bacterial boll rot because of the high humidity and coupled with the heavy rains. And pink bollworm damage is also there, but pink bollworm damage is not visible outside. Once the boll opens, only we will be able to know the pink bollworm damage. But the damage, the maximum damage is due to the boll rot, and nearly another 10, 15, 20% damage due to pink bollworm. This has resulted in the disaster.
Mr. Ramasami, India's cotton production peaked at 398 lakh bales of 170 kg each in 2013-14. Thereafter, there has been a steady decline. Of course, there have been some years when there has been high production like 386 lakh bales and 370 lakh bales, but otherwise the trend has been downwards. The area under cotton this year has shrunk to 120 lakh hectares from nearly 135 lakh hectares in 2019-20. Do you see farmers turning away from cotton?
See, sir, the decline started from 2016-17 onwards, 15-16 onwards. This decline is due to the pink bollworm, development of resistant pink bollworm against the Bolga 2. These started going up, and farmers do not know what to do. Then there are a lot of effort has to be taken from by the seed companies and the government side to educate the farmers and to make take control measures on the pink bollworm. That resulted reducing the yield, and we were expecting that at least it will stabilize on 350, 360 lakh bale. But unfortunately, due to the last 2 years, 2021 and 21-22, this year, these 2 years, because of the untimely, the October, November rains, has damaged the cotton in a very big way.
And now, for the benefit of our viewers, I would like to say that one of the major pests that attacks cotton is the bollworm. Now, there are two or three types of bollworms. One is the American bollworm, and there is the pink bollworm, which emerges later. Now, until 2002, farmers were using chemicals to control the bollworm, but once the bollworm gets inside the boll, it's very difficult for pesticides to reach the insect, and the damage is almost certain. But because of genetically modified BT cotton, the whole cotton plants becomes toxic to the bollworm, and that is why we were able to control the damage caused by the American bollworm. In 2007, another version called Bolga 2 was introduced, in 2006, I think, which was said to be effective against the pink bollworm. Now, Mr. Ramasamy, are you saying that this genetically modified cottonseed that we have, Bolgard 1 and Bolgard 2, it is effective against the American bollworm, but it is losing its resistance to the pink bollworm?
Yes, I agree. Still the Bolgard 2 is giving very good control over American bollworm. The problem is with the pink bollworm. Pink bollworm does not have any alternate host. It lives only on cotton. It has developed resistance against the Bolgard 2 toxin. There is no difference in the toxin production from since beginning. We are all maintaining very good toxicity level, but unfortunately, the pink bollworm has developed its resistance. That is that doesn't get killed with this available protein.
Mhm. So you are saying that the Bolgard 2, which was approved for commercial cultivation in 2006, it still maintains its potency, but the
Yes.
pink bollworm has developed resistance. And that is because in nature, there's always this constant tussle between bugs and between science, between nature and science. And the natural selection, the bacteria or the viruses or the bugs, they develop resistance. So all the time you need to be a step ahead. Now, my question to you is, are there newer versions of genetically modified BT cotton that are effective against these bugs? And if so, why have they not been introduced into our market after 2006?
See, there were efforts by the companies to introduce the next technology, and the problem is with the genetic GEAC,
Genetic Engineering Approval Committee, Appraisal Committee.
Approval Committee views because of the day when they ordered moratorium on BT brinjal. The companies who are working on the other BT technology has lost hope, and they tried to convince the government, but because not possible, and they started withdrawing their applications and kept withdrawing their applications. And the further trial permissions were not also given by the GEAC. So the new technology has not moved. If the new technology has come within about at least by 10 years, that is somewhere 2014 or 15, this kind of resistance could not have been developed.
Mm-hmm. So are there new technologies, sir?
Pardon?
Are there new technologies? Are there newer versions of a Bolgard 2?
After Bolgard 2, there is Bolgard 3, which is available, which has been commercialized in Australia and US, but it has undergone some trials in India, but it has not gone further, and it has not gone to a logical end. It is in the trialing process, and now the government has to push it for further trialing and see how it performs. If it is performing, that's going to be a good opportunity for the farmers to control the pink bollworm.
So this Bolgard 3 is also effective against the pink bollworm, and not just against the American bollworm.
Yeah, see, that is actually the third gene is staked on Bolgard 2. Bolgard 2 is having a 2 gene. Bolgard 3 is got 3 genes. The additional gene is to supplement the action of the other 2.
Mm-hmm. Sir, at the peak of cotton production, yield was 566 kg per hectare. That was mainly because of BT cotton, okay, which has a gene from a soil bacterium that is toxic to the American bollworm. But since then, the yields have fallen. Is this mainly because the technology is losing its potency?
No, it is not like that, sir. The technology has got its own role controlling the damages caused by the bollworms. But it is only the savings of the damage. That is where we got the increase in yield. But actually, it does not increase the yield. But the production has gone to 398 lakh bales, mainly because of hybrid coverage from 40% to 98, 95%, and also the bollworm control, and the area increased from 8 million hectares to 12, 13 million hectares. These are all the reasons why we could get 398 lakh bale at one point of time.
You are right, because at 398 lakh bales, India's cotton production was about 2.5 times more before the BT cotton technology was introduced. It was 2.5 times more, and that is because farmers had the confidence that if they planted BT cotton seed and if they gave it proper nutrition, it would pay back in terms of increased yield. So they had that reassurance. Now, so one of the reasons why newer versions have not been introduced is, as you mentioned, is because of regulatory impediments. The other reason is also because the multinational companies, mainly the technology owners, they are not sure that they will be able to profit from the investments, and that's because of price controls. Now, the central government has introduced price control, and it not only controls the price of BT cotton seed, but it also controls the royalty that is payable by the franchises. Now, that is, I would imagine, kind of double whammy against the multinational corporations.
Yes, sir. Yes. This is true. Because the multinational companies have got huge choices. No, it is not, India is not the only country where they can do business. They have they have the global reach. So when the condition is not conducive, they kept quiet in India.
Mm-hmm. No, farmers have also shown a preference for herbicide-tolerant, genetically modified cotton. Now, this is not approved for cultivation in India, but according to a committee appointed by the Prime Minister's office under the Department of Biotechnology, called the Field Inspection and Scientific Evaluation Committee, or FISEC, it had estimated that in 2017, about 15% of India's cotton area was planted with illegal herbicide-tolerant cotton. Since then, have companies made any move to provide the market with the legitimate herbicide-tolerant cotton?
For want of the approval from genetic approval committee, appraisal committee, we are not able to push any hybrid with the herbicide tolerant trait. So people really now, it is more than 20% of the seed is being sold illegally with the herbicide tolerant trait. So that is not, that goes without any record, without anything. Farmers are just purchasing it because of for them it is easy to control the weed by spray of glyphosate.
Mm-hmm. And it lowers their cost of production.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, have any applications been made to the Genetic Engineering Approval Committee for approval of herbicide-tolerant cotton?
With the initiative of the seed associations in India, Bayer has come forward to renew their application reapply their application in December 2021. and now it is pending in the with the GEAC, and I think they are now asking for to go for trial. Once the trial, when they ask for trial, then we had to go to the state governments to get a NOC, no objection
No
certificate,
objection certificate.
the trial in the in their particular states. But unfortunately, the most of the states are not interested to give the NOC. So it is still pending now, not moving.
Now, sir, let's suppose let's think that genetically modified herbicide-tolerant cotton or more effective versions that are effective against the pink bollworm will not be approved. Is there any other way in terms of better farming practices, let's say, in which we can avoid the scourge of pink bollworm?
It's a right question. This is a right question. There is we in as a seed industry, we are making a lot of effort to introduce early varieties, which is to certain extent delay the onset of pink bollworm, escape from a natural mechanism, that is the early mechanism. Because of the earliness, it escapes from pink bollworm attack in the early stages. Partly it can control, give a control over the pink bollworm incidents. But the other way to increase the productivity, there are a lot of efforts are being done. In the case of my company, we have started a project called Rasi Max in 2019 to introduce the high density planting system in the with the farmers. We have conducted trials and demos in 2019, 20, 21, all these 3 years. It went up to 10,000, 12,000 acres in Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Telangana, wherein our concept is to see the number of plants per acre increased to 25,000 plants. But actually, normally, these 7,000 to 9,000 plants are being planted by farmers. That is, this practice is being followed for a very long time. Now, introducing this 25,000 plants per acre is a big task, and we have developed a special variety which is very compact and very short. And we have planted this using the planters, pneumatic planters, which is giving a very good germination and a uniform plant stand. Later, the plant growth has been controlled by spraying plant growth regulators. This PGR, what we call this PGR spray it works in 3-4 ways. It retains more, it creates more flowering and retains the flowers in the plant itself. And within short time, 30 to 40 days, you get the maximum flowering, and the boll development is fast and maturity is fast. So this way it helps in one side to produce more number of bolls per unit area, which is turns to be a high yielding by 30 to 40% in the target areas. Later, the same genotype we have also tried with a mechanical harvester. That is when for using the mechanical harvester, we need to spray a chemical called defoliant, which will remove the leaves. The defoliant is sprayed once the plant is plant gets about 70-75% boll opened, and 25% bull remaining stage. That
Yeah,
stage will.
so Mr. Ramaswamy, if I may interrupt you, what you are
Mm.
saying is that there are alternatives to BT cotton technology, but
Yes.
these would require a complete change in the way farmers cultivate cotton. They'll have to be more mechanized, and maybe they'll have to shift from hybrids to varieties where you do the harvesting in one go. I mean, it
Yes, sir.
is high density planting and it
Uh,
is harvesting in one go and not in
right.
installments.
You are right. You are right. But one point, a very important point, because of the different situation prevailing in India, hybrids are giving a better stand in the field. It withstands the more. It is tolerant to more stresses. So we have accustomed to plant the hybrids in a large scale, and we have seen the advantages over it. We can introduce good traits very fast in a hybrid. So the industry is looking for developing a hybrids which can work in this high density planting. In fact, across the world except India and Africa, where this system is being high density planting system is being exploited in a big way. That is one point where we can get around 30 to 40% increased yield. As a pilot project, we have decided to go into a low productivity area where the production is only about 240 kgs of lint in 37% of the area, the cotton growing area in India. That is works out nearly 4 million hectare, gives an average yield of 240 kgs only. We are now attempting to double the production from 240 to 480. In this, where we can introduce the mechanical picking and mechanical planting, all these systems. But for the success of this system, we need several support from the government and various stakeholders, and the farmers should understand it and change their total cultivation practices to the new system. This is a big task. Without this effort, I'm sure that we will not be able to cross our old record. And there is another area.
Yeah. Please go ahead, sir.
For increasing the productivity. If you see the all developed countries, they are releasing varieties which gives around 40 to 45% thinning outturn. That is the lint outturn.
They have less seed, is it? They have less seed. The cotton has less seed.
Yes. Not less seed, sir. It is not less seed.
It is more lint.
The seed index, and if it is less seed, farmer will not get the weight.
Okay. It has got more lint, you mean?
More lint. Seed size will be there, but more lint. So that normally India cultivates 35% lint. If you go for 45%, 42, 45% lint, at least 20% of the lint outturn will increase. With adopting the two systems, which is cultivating the high density planting system and increasing the lint outturn, easily we can increase the production into 50 to 60%, and we can cross the global average.
All right. Mr. Ramasamy, the BT cotton technology enabled India to be a net exporter from being a net importer. And now you are saying that because of the improvisations that are forced on us because of certain regulatory issues, we can still maintain our lead provided we do high density planting as well as plant cotton with higher lint. Mr. Ramasamy, for your insights, thank you very much. Indeed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.